everybody. It's me, your girl, K.I.M. Keep It Mighty. I'm here with one of my wonderful neighbors, Colin, and he's going to talk to you a little bit. I'm going to ask him a couple questions on how he's feeling about being a young student today. So, Colin, how do you feel about the pandemic?
The pandemic has been very stressful. I could say it stopped a lot of activities for me, my family, and things with my friends and school, I guess. So it's been a pretty stressful time, but I've been working through it, and it's doable, manageable.
Wonderful. So as far as school, how do you do your schooling, getting your education?
I do online schooling, but it's not as easy as it sounds because I'm more of a face-to-face learner, and I get my my best education when I have a teacher to actually show me what to do instead of me working online. But it's manageable, like I said before. It's something I had to adjust to when the first wave of the pandemic started, but I got used to it now, but I still want to go back to school eventually. So
yeah, you truly you feel like a lot of other young children and young people wanting to go back to school. So tell me how that feels to you, having a desire, maybe 2021, getting things together and going back to school. We're looking forward to that.
Well, hopefully by then we have this whole thing figured out. But if we don't, it's just life, you know? Nothing you could really do about it, nothing you could change it. You just gotta try and keep the people you know and love safe, and try and protect yourself and keep everybody else around you safe for the time being. And even if you don't, you know, desire to stay at the house, which I don't, you know, it's just something that's a responsibility, and, you know, responsibility first, business before pleasure, you know? So, you know, I just got to manage it, deal with it.
And try not to let it weigh you down, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Stay positive.
Yeah.
And that's what my other character is, Galaxy Grandmom. She keeps it positive. Yeah, so Colin, let me just ask you, how about maybe friends or going out to you know, meeting people? How do you go about that now? Because it's kind of hard.
That part is a lot more difficult than the schooling, actually, because I have a good number of friends that I love to hang out with, a girlfriend I like to hang out with, but like I have to know where they've been the past few days before I can determine if I can go there or not, because, you know, I live with an elderly person, so like I have to try and protect my father as much as possible without bringing home the, you know, COVID.
Yes.
Thing. So it's not easy because I can't see most of my friends constantly, but I make do with the ones that I can see, and if I don't, I always got a PlayStation for that, so so I can always just play with them there. But yeah, it's not good, but it's better than nothing.
So if you had some of the things that you think now today in 2021 coming, what are some of the things that you think maybe kids your age, young teenagers your age, or even younger, some of the things that you could suggest that they can do as far as keeping their minds, you know, educated and motivated?
Well, first you need patience, and as a young person, we don't have a lot of that, actually. We want to go out, do things like parties, you know, other things like that, go to the beach, go to amusement parks. We can't do that now. So first thing you need to have is like discipline and patience. But to cope with like depression going on and all that impatience, what I try and do to deal with all that stress is I usually listen to music, or I come outside with a mask, of course. I come outside to where there's not that many people and just enjoy nature, the breeze, and it's December, so you're gonna get a lot of that.
Yeah.
So there's a few things that I like to do. I personally walk, and whenever I'm stressed out and don't know what to do, I usually just walk around, clear my mind. I might even take a nap here at the pool, just enjoy what nature has brought to us, what the Lord gave us.
That's beautiful. So you watch Facebook, YouTube. You still try to keep up with the news and different things that are going on from the net.
If anything, I try and stay away from the news because that brings more negativity in this time with the whole pandemic, with more cases going up, with the whole presidential election that happened last month. It's a whole stressful thing that I try and stay away from. I've never been one to like the news in the first place, but this year...
You need the education of it, yeah, I do understand that. So how do you feel about as far as the suffering of the people and wanting the stimulus checks and things like that?
I personally think the stimulus check should help out the people who need it the most, the people who need to take care of their family members, and just them in general, like for food-related purposes, rent, because, a lot of people don't have jobs now because a lot of the jobs closed up.
Yes.
And until those jobs open back up, we're not going to have that same economy that we had once before. So the stimulus check should help, and hopefully it does help. As for the people who are suffering, all I can do personally is pray for them and hope for the best.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people personally who are struggling with this whole thing going on, and I wish I could help them, but they either live too far or in a whole different country. So I can't really do anything personally. All I can really do is pray for them and keep them in my prayers.
Wonderful, wonderful. But so far, how do you feel as far as the doctors and everyone that are still out there working to get this virus under control? If you had something nice generally to say to them, what would you say? Well,
they're risking their lives personally, because this whole virus and everything is still deadly. You could be a doctor and you can receive that thing. And they're risking their lives just to help us, the country and other countries, to get a vaccine. And all I can say is I thank you, I appreciate it, because we need it in this time mostly, especially the people who are elderly and the people who have health-related issues. You're doing a good thing, the right thing, and keep up the good work.
Oh, that's so wonderful, Colin. I really appreciate your thought as a young teenager. Now, you say you were going into doing basketball and being in sports, because I can see you're a very tall young man. Stand up for me real quick. Oh, yes, you are tall. Definitely basketball. Definitely. Okay, you can see Colin, I feel like a real midget now. But I am short. I'm only 4'9", but I still love it. But, okay, so the sports, how do you feel about, the basketball, sports and things like that? You like how they have them on the TV now,
pretty much. I like that they're doing that because it still gives other people, like sports athletes, their job and everything, and it allows them to provide for their family. It's not the ideal thing because you would want a crowd, and that's usually the best thing for sports like football. They're doing this 30% of capacity rule where only 30% of people can come in and watch the games, which is good. Then there's basketball where they just have family members come in. That's also good, of course, but it's not the same without the crowds,
Yeah.
And it's something that, again, we have to deal with, but it's not something that we might enjoy,
Yeah.
And until things get better, things will only just spiral out of control way more if we just let it, So we work with what we can work with and pray for the best.
That's wonderful, Colin. So what are you looking forward to being yourself, even with the way this economy is and the way that the system as far as the schooling and education and colleges and different things like that. But where do you think you would see yourself in the next 5 years doing?
In the next 5 years, I would personally want to be playing basketball. But of course, I need to have a major and everything and multiple backups just in case, which I do have. I have computer science, this whole world is basically digitalized nowadays, so I'm gonna need to major in something that does something electronic based. But then I also have a minor in performing. I want to have a minor in performing arts because, well, I can sing and things like that. Well, I don't like to say I'm a wonderful singer. Other people may say that.
Can I get a note?
No, not now.
That's for another time, young lady. Stay back in the crowd. This is for Colin. It was his interview here. I got this. This is K.I.M. Keep It Mighty. This is Go ahead.
You know, other people may say I have a talent for singing. I'm not the one to brag about any of my accomplishments or any of my gifts. That's something that the Lord gave me, and I'm blessed to have, because not everybody has a talent for certain things like that.
Yes.
So, you know, like I said, 5 years from now, I would personally want to be in the NBA. So, hey, Adam Silver, please hit me up.
That's right.
Adam Silver. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Get your bid in now. That's right. Hey, that's a good resume right here in person, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But aside from that, besides computer science, performing arts, and basketball, I don't currently have anything else planned. I gotta find another job right now since I'm currently jobless. So yeah.
Things will work out, Colin.
Things will work out for me.
So how old are you, Colin?
I'm actually 17.
17. You're a very intelligent man to speak out like this for 17. That's really bold.
Well, it's, you know, I don't really fear attention, I guess, but that's not something I usually thrive for. Attention isn't what I thrive for. I thrive for people's, you know, not. That's really hard to say. I thrive for the good side of humanity. You know?
Yes.
To the benefits and to help people out. That's usually what I like to do.
Yes.
I'm more of if I can help somebody from the shadows and they benefit from it, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't need the fame and recognition of it.
That's right, Colin.
Colin Spencer.
Okay. Say your name one more time.
My name's Colin Spencer.
You, Colin, I really, truly enjoy interviewing you. And if you have any other friends or anybody that can hit me up on K.I.M. Keep It Mighty and send me something. Put it down on my request. I'm going to send you some stuff too so we can continue to keep in touch, because Colin, I believe you just may be a basketball star in the making, for real. Look, stand up again, Colin. Now, he's only 17, you guys, and he's hitting every bit of close to 7-something. Yeah.
7's a little bit too big now.
Okay.
6'8", but I don't want to be any more taller.
6'8" is great, but he might hit 7. He only at 17 now. He got a lot of, all the way up to 21 or something, I think, to grow. But there you go, Colin. You're doing so good. And again, I just want to shake your hand. Can you shake his hand for me?
Hold on, I'm gonna give you a hug. Yeah. How's your food? What you eating from since you been home?
I have been slacking on my diet, but I've still been having mashed potatoes, steak, some type of vegetables, chicken, rice, beans. You know, the typical thing you would have as an athlete to try and keep your body in shape.
Okay.
But of course, as you can see, I'm in a gym to try and get myself.
Working out.
I had to get myself back ready for when I can actually join the team again. So, yeah.
That's great. That's great. Well, Colin, I tell you, we truly thank you so much. And just give a shout out to anybody that you want to shout out to before we go. And don't forget, it's Just Start Over Ministry that is checking you out today.
I don't really have a shout out, actually.
Shout out to Miss Wheelie.
Shout out to Miss Kim.
Shout out to the people behind the camera, I should really say. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm going to shout out your family, your dad. Let's give him a shout out.
Shout out to my father, my mother, my siblings. Thank you very much for being annoyances in my life. That's about it, actually. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Colin. And you have a blessed day. And I enjoyed this interview. Bye-bye.
Bye.